Hey, how you all going? It's Jai, that Aussie metal guy here with Crannk.com. Today I'm having a chat to Samuel Celli-Bird from Inhibitor, who released their debut EP, Abhorrence, which is a cracking EP. It's really, really cool. If you haven't caught any of that, man, go check that EP out. It is absolutely dope, man. Samuel, cheers for joining me, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, absolute pleasure, dude. That EP is a ripping EP, man. I want to dive into that, man, but can I dive into first how you got into playing guitar, and can you tell me a little bit about that story, when and how you first got into guitar?
I reckon I was about 12 years old or so. I heard, I can't remember, it would have been Slipknot or something like that. Something off Iowa. Heard that and I've gone, oh sweet, all right, let's get into this. Worked out what the instrument even was. And then, asked mum and dad for one, got one, and didn't play it for about 5 years.
Okay. And so why did you stick it down for 5 years? Was it just like, I've talked to a couple of guitarists that have picked it up when they were younger and they're like, man, I want to get into this. And then they realize they couldn't shred or rip it straight away. So they put it down and then they've come back at a later point in their life.
Well, that was pretty much the same with me. I wasn't good at it when I tried it for the first time, so I'm like, fuck this. I'll go do something else. But yeah, that's after a couple of years, I had it sitting there. I'm like, all right, I'll give this a good crack and see what we can get out of it.
Yeah. So what actually encouraged you to pick it up again back at 15, man?
I think it was just wanting to do something musically anyway. Like, I just wanted to play guitar in the past, but when I got older, I wanted to actually play in a band and, start writing some music as well. So yeah, once that sort of became a priority, I sort of had to, get better with the guitar so I could actually do something.
Yep. So what were you listening to at 15 that was kind of inspiring you to get into it as well?
15 would have been Demigod by Behemoth. And Live Cannibalism, I think, is one of the main CDs that really got me into wanting to like get good at guitar, get the ball rolling at least. And then Annihilation of the Wicked by Nile as well.
Man, you would have been a cool 15-year-old dude. I would have loved hanging out with you, man.
Yeah, not many people did.
No, not many people like the same with me. It's like playing music when they were younger. They were a kind of an odd little bunch, man, that just loved our metal, man. It was really
That's
cool.
It, yeah. Go on, sorry.
No, you're right.
When music got a bit more extreme and less just sort of chordy choruses and stuff, I was like, all right, yeah, cool, this will keep me busy. So
yeah, it's a slippery slope once you start going into diving really into it. And it's so much fun, like just taking all that in, I love just diving into all these different genres, man. So how did Inhibitor originally start?
So Jesse, a vocalist, and I, we used to play in bands 10 years ago or more. And we did our first tour, our band's toured together. So we've been mates, since I was about 16, 17. And then I stopped playing music a few years and sort of dropped off. And then came back to a couple of years ago. The guitarist from his old band had his 28th or 27th birthday, whatever. And I went to that, and I'd just been writing some music again because I'd bought guitars again. Showed Jesse a few songs that I had, that I was working on, and he sort of thought, yeah, this is sweet. So we linked up and then started the ball rolling, and then the EP came out of it.
Yeah, well, how good is deathcore, man? Like, you guys and Barbarossa, and we have so many top acts, and this is like your debut EP, man, and this is slamming. It's going out all over the place. It must be really encouraging for you guys as a band, because you're in Melbourne, you're in lockdown conditions. You can't even play this bloody EP live with a launch tour or anything like that.
Yeah, it sucks, but... Yeah. It's all right. Hopefully not for too much longer. Hopefully we're not stuck away. But I know with everything, especially this last month or so, or even just since lockdown started, there's been that many bands releasing CDs and even just tracks. So it's good.
Yeah, and you guys are just getting a lot of buzz. I've noticed that Slam Worldwide. How good is it when for you guys when a pay channel like that picks you guys up and features your film clip on that, and they've got something like 225,000 subscribers. So even if I know social media and all these channels can be a bit fickle, but even if you're getting 1% of those listeners going, man, I want to go check out Inhibitor, you're doing well.
That's it. Yeah, it's awesome. But I can't believe the amount of support actually we've got. Because when I used to play in bands in the past, it was Facebook and all this stuff hadn't built up sort of the the infrastructure, I guess, for these sorts of shares and stuff to really reach a massive audience.
Yep.
At least for smaller bands. Yeah,
and that's the thing with Facebook. It's they've got the, as people say, algorithms, but I mean, probably Mark Zuckerberg's way of just reaming money out of you is more of an appropriate way of putting it. And whereas
that's it.
YouTube, when you subscribe, I know I have a feed of videos that come through, and I find that easy to go through and check out clips and stuff from bands as well.
Yeah, it's good too, because at least the algorithm on YouTube, it's some stuff that you'd never actually find. It pops up there for you anyway, which is great.
Yeah, and you find a ton of bands, and as I was saying, like a page like that, Slam Worldwide on YouTube, guys have your clip come across and go, bam, that's a killer track. So when did you start the pre-production, start, getting the bones of this album together, the Abhorrence EP?
It would have been probably, probably about 18 months ago now. So we had 2 songs that we were, so Loathing and Berserker were pretty much written. We just had to sort of structure them better. Got them going, and then Jesse wrote Death. And then we nutted out Catalyst and Dread as well. And sort of, Once the 2 were done, then we blew through them all.
Yeah, man, I love that bloody Death, man. Well, that's cool. Welcome to the 21st century. I was like, dude, and the film clip, the way it starts out, like from 1900 and gets to the end, you have the little question mark. It's like, what's next? What can humanity do after this?
I know, it's a bit worrying, actually.
Yeah, but it was a cool clip, man. It come together really well, and it fits that song really good, man.
Yeah. We're actually supposed to have like Loathing, like all of us playing that, but that's just when lockdown had started. So we got stooged.
Yeah, definitely stooged, man. But you got Mark Poida, who's on formerly of Aversions Crown, guesting on the Red track, man, which is really cool, because that Xenocide album that he's singing on, dude, was actually the first kind of really Aversions Crown album that I got. I actually walked in and picked it up from the album artwork cover and took it back, and it just blew my mind. I was like, where the fuck have I been, dude?
Yeah, oh man, I don't understand how his voice can come out of a human being as well. It's out of control.
Yeah, how did he get on board? How did that all happen?
Well, Jesse's known him for years and years and years, and I know Dan, our other guitarist, is really good friends with him. Yep. So I think they sort of just got together, teed that up, and because we wanted to have a few other people feature, but because of lockdown, we couldn't work it out. So like whether or not they had, like, some people didn't have their own studio and stuff like that. So Mark did, and he threw it down and got it on, which is awesome. Because we wanted to have at least someone else putting their sort of stamp on it as well.
Yep. And what was the recording and production process like?
So we got a mate from up in Sydney, used to play in the Amenta, Robin Stone. We got him to do all the session drums for us initially, and then after that, it was probably like another 3 months after that, we had all the other instruments booked in to record. So we did that with JB Marinos, who he's done, he did Old Alpha Wolf and stuff like that. Really good guy, really good to record with too, because he's patient and he's got heaps of good, I can't even think of the word now. Ideas, that's it.
Tips.
Tips and tricks and stuff. And like you'll just hear, because we've been playing the songs for so long, we'll be playing through them and miss bits or have bits that we didn't even think of because we've just been drilling it for so long. And he'll say, oh, maybe, you can have this hook at the end of this riff or whatever it is. So there's a bunch of things in the EP that are from him where he had just sort of this spark. He's like, all right, we'll put this here and do that. And then Jesse did the vocals, but we ran out of time, so Dread was done like a couple months after as well. So while we were waiting to work out who we we're going to get to do the feature and stuff.
Yeah, you're talking about guests, no doubt. Like in this time, as we're saying, you can't play any shows, so you guys probably got a ton of material ready to go for the next release anyway. So stack them. The guests will be screaming out to come and crank on to the next Inhibitor one for sure.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah, man. So that artwork as well, I want to talk about that because that artwork is really, really cool. I sat there last night and I had a real good look at it. And then, you know, it's the kind of artwork you look at and you go, look at that. Look at that. And I didn't see that and things like that. It is a really, really cool piece of art, eh?
I think it was Remy Cooper, I think his name is, the guy who did it. Jesse organised all that, but it was an artwork that he put up as just like who wants to buy this? And Jesse sent it to the band. We're like, now, grab it now. It's perfect. Yeah. And it's one of those things. I didn't realize he didn't have arms or like proper arms in the actual artwork until the other day. Like you look at every time I look at it, I find something new. So. Yeah,
it is an amazing piece of art, man. That comes back to, like I want to talk about merch as well because he's got the CDs and you got some really ripping merch up on there, dude. Where's the best place people can get along and support you? Because I know you can't play and it's a shit time at the moment, especially for Melbourne musicians like yourself where, playing live is a real big part of, your scene. You go play a live show, then you're there behind the merch stand selling your merch and you don't have that at the moment. Yeah. So,
well, on our Facebook, we've got a store for merch and all that stuff, and we've got a Bandcamp. If you go to the Facebook, just Inhibitor on Facebook, we've got a link. So if you click that, it'll send you onto websites, and so it's got our Instagram, our merch. We're gonna have, I think we're gonna have tabs up there soon.
Yep.
And all that sort of stuff, just so if people want to learn the songs, they can.
Yeah, choice. That link tree's on the Bandcamp, but I'm going to share all those links as well, and I'll chuck that link tree as well in there in the article so everyone can go along and check that out. And if you haven't got a copy yet, grab a copy as well because that artwork alone is just sick. It's actually been coming up a theme for me lately. We've been talking I used to do it real bad when I was younger. There's not so many CD stores and record stores and that these days, but I used to go into shops and I'd pick out CDs, just especially like your one with the artwork would just
cool artwork,
cool artwork, man.
I know, yeah. Well, it seems like it's a thing of the past as well now. Like a lot of people have minimalistic sort of artwork now and stuff like that. Like, but we figured just go hard, just have just absolute chaos.
Yep. And have you got a favourite track off the EP, man? I know they're all like your child, and I dread to ask, and I bet you it's going to change from dread to death, as I said, dread to whatever.
Yeah.
But have you got a favourite one at the moment?
Before we released any of the songs, it was like before we even had anything done, it was Loathing. Then it changed to Catalyst. And then it's changed from Catalyst to Berserker now. Because Berserker was our most boring song, but Jesse's vocals just come through huge on it, so...
Yeah, Jesse's got an unreal vocal style, and it's really, really cool. And the more I listen to this Abhorrence EP, man, I'm just blown away even more as well. And I can see how you can flick back from tracks because I was listening to Dread, man. I'm like, this is so bloody cool, Mark's there, vocals in there. And then I was playing Death this morning. I'm like, just dude, welcome to the 21st century.
Yeah.
And like,
it's great. I was talking to actually Jesse when we were recording Death, and because he wrote the music for it, he'd written it so all the vocals and the music just match perfectly for that one.
Yep.
Which is why it's such a strong song too. I love it. That's the funnest song to play, actually, that one. It was the most confusing when we were recording it, but now it's good.
Yeah, and sometimes those tracks that are the most confusing, they're hardest to get out. Once you get them out and down and you hear the final product, you just go, that's worth all that bloody work.
Exactly, that's it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and what guitars are you using at the moment?
On the EP we used a Ibanez, Prestige Ibanez, but I'm using at the moment a ESP black metal M7. It's like a baritone 7-string, matte black, as metal as they come. I'm actually trying to get my hands on our 7-string Flying V at the moment.
Yeah.
Just mainly for shits and giggles, but I really love it as well. But we're sort of floating around on guitars because
Yep.
we want to work out what works best for everyone, because Dan loves his Ibanez,
Yep.
and I seem to like Jackson and all those sort of brands more. So
yeah, 7 strings are cool, man. A lot of bands have been doing it. I was talking to JF from Cataclysm, and he said they've switched to 7 strings now for their album and that. And it's just the Unconquered album sounds really cool. This sounds dope. It's becoming a theme, man. These 7 strings and that sound they create is just really, really cool, eh?
Yeah, well, yeah, because I've played like in bands with the same tuning but on a 6 string, and it just doesn't seem to have the clarity that a 7 string has. Yep. So, and like the punch out of just obviously from having a bigger what do you call it, fucking scale, you get more clarity and all that sort of stuff out of it, which is awesome. They look cool too, which helps.
Yeah, dude. No, I'm looking forward to actually catching you guys live when all this is over with, hopefully next year sometime. I know you're copping it hard in Melbourne. I didn't want to talk about that too much, man, 'cause it's a bummer, dude. It's a massive bummer.
Yeah.
People need to get along and support bands like yourself, because just because you can't go to a live show doesn't mean you can't support Inhibitor, man. This EP, this came out 2 days ago, this Aberrance EP, this is unreal. This is like up there as one of the deathcore albums of the year for me, with the Barbarossa one from Australia, man. I'm just loving it. Really, really cool. The merch is great. So get along and support, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, the Barbarossa one's out of control as well.
Yeah, I played that in the car the other day, dude. Really loud. You should see if I'm driving along in my car, everyone else has got to hear it too. It's fucking
that's it,
car, dude. Rips, dude. I'm going to sign out, man. Let you enjoy your Sunday. Yep. But before I do, man, do you have any last words, shout outs, or thank yous, or anything you want to add in there at all?
I just thank you to you for taking the time, having a chat. And I'm keen to, and thanks for the support as well, obviously, to everyone who supported us, whether it be fans, people we know, family, whatever it is, it all counts. And it's the reason we do this sort of thing, really. We make music we like, and if everyone else likes it, then it's a bonus for us. And if everyone else likes it, we keep making it. So, yeah.
Awesome. Absolute pleasure. Samuel, thank you very much. Everyone get out, check out Inhibitor, throw them down some support, grab this Aberrance EP, come out a couple of days ago. It's a ripping EP. You're going to want to put it in the stereo, all the car, as we're saying, and everyone else is going to want to hear it too. So turn it up really, really bloody loud. Right. Stay safe.
Hell yeah.
Soon, dude.
Thanks, man. See ya.
Thank you.